I made $7,100 trading this morning while we are in a conflict with the US, Israel, Iran. I'm going to go over exactly how this conflict's affecting the markets, exactly why I took the trade today, and how you could have made some money as well. So first things first, let's talk about the trade. This trade was a classic break and retest trade. This is one of my favorite setups. This definitely is my favorite setup to trade. Break and retest of New York Open. So first things first, let's talk about it. Where did I enter this trade? I entered this trade shortly after we closed right above this level right there, right? So I entered at the midpoint today. Sometimes I will actually enter at the top of the zone. The reason I did not enter at the top of this zone was because of this candle. This candle went right below the midpoint. So in my mind, I am pretty much saying, okay, if we close under the midpoint, I am no longer interested in this trade. But we did not close under the midpoint, which meant that I was still interested in the trade. And I was able to take this trade right there. I was in that trade for about 6 minutes and I made $7,100 off of this trade. I targeted this high, right? That was the current New York high at the time. Got out for a risk reward of about 1 to 3. I could have held on to that London high. Only reason I didn't love doing that was because I did see that we had a previous rejection right here. So I thought that price might reject again. And I just wanted to get a nice start to the week. I didn't want to get too greedy. Probably could have held a little bit more contracts, but I'm not mad. I made $7,100 in like 5 minutes starting out my Monday. So that's a really nice way to start the day. As far as the previous week, I only took one trade that week. That's actually a vlog, so that video will be coming out really soon for you guys to see. But yeah, guys, great start to the week. Really, really love to have a start like that. I love when I'm able to, start the week off on a strong foot. And I really just want to talk about what's going on with the conflict and how it's affecting the market. I'm not going to talk about what's going on with the conflict. I'm just going to talk about how it's affecting the market. So when we have conflicts like this, when we have things that are happening with other countries, it affects the market in many different ways. The first way is that it makes us move a lot, right? It makes us have increased volatility. You guys can see that we, gapped down, I don't know exactly how many points, it has to be like 100 points. Yeah, 110 points throughout the weekend, right? This is all due to the Israel-Iran war conflict, whatever you want to call it. That is really good for us as traders. That's really good for us. And this break and retest, I would honestly say, played out beautifully because we are having so much volatility right now. So the thing that you guys got to remember is if you are investing, if you are long-term investing, and the economy is unstable, that could be worrisome, right? That's genuinely not good. But if you're trading and the economy is going up, going down, people are mad, people are sad, we're fighting, we're at peace, whatever, it doesn't matter. If anything, it's good. So I just want to let you guys know that when I see headlines, when I see, things that aren't necessarily good, right? Like we're entering a war or this currency is getting devalued, I just look for opportunity. That's the great thing about being a trader. We don't make money when things go up. We make money when we are right. We can be right that something was going to go down. We can be right that something was going to go up. We can be right that something wasn't going to do anything, and we can still make money. So as long as we are right on what the market's going to do, we will make money. It doesn't matter if we're right to the upside, to the downside, at all. It really just doesn't matter. And real quick, just to go over these levels again with you guys one more time, we are looking at this indicator, right? This is the Asian session range indicator. Then we are finding key areas of liquidity, which are mainly going to be highs, lows, and opens. And today, the area that we took a trade off of was the New York Open. So we waited for a break above the New York Open. Once we got the break, I'm going to go down to the 1 minute. Got the retest, right? So the break just means price is going to come above this New York Open. Then when we get the retest, I either enter right at the top of this zone, or if I want a little bit more confirmation like I did today, I will enter right at this midpoint. And yeah, guys, then I will just place my stop usually either right below the zone, or if I'm entering at the top, I'll place it right below the midpoint. Reason I do that is I do notice that this happens pretty frequently. Like price will come right below the zone, stop out the people who had their stops right here, and then move right back up. So I avoid that by adjusting my stop just a little bit. And then later in the day, you guys can see that we actually had a decent bounce off of London low. People in the Discord definitely caught that. I saw some people catching that. And then, yeah, so we pretty much swept liquidity here, reversed, and then now we are back. Damn, we're moving up a good bit. But yeah, good to see the market moving up a little bit after a few days of, downward news. And one thing I will say, guys, watch the markets, don't watch the headlines. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some people in our Discord that were also able to take that exact same trade as me, which is pretty cool. So this is the profit section of our Discord. This is where people are posting all of the trades that they took for the day. So you guys can see first things first 10 minutes of the market, which was exactly when I took my trade. I took that trade at 9:35. So Benny got in literally the exact same trade as me. This is his entry right there, 614. That's his exit, 628. If we go on the chart, you guys can literally see that is exactly the same trade I took, right? My entry is 614. My exit is at about 630. Whoops, yeah, right here's my exit. So he literally took same exact trade, right? These are his executions. There's no way to fake that, right? So these people are not only learning my strategy, they're taking the exact same trades as me. They are making money day in, day out. And yeah, so Kyle did the same thing. Kyle took that break and retest as well. How much did he make off of that? He made $1,000 off of that. It's beautiful. So $1,000 in 5 minutes, guys. Keep in mind that when you make money trading, there's a lot of different things you can do with it. You can keep it in your account. You can wire it to your bank. There's many different things you can do. But a lot of these people are probably just keeping it in their account so they continue to build and build, and then eventually they'll be making, $5,000 a day, $10,000 a day. I'm just gonna call him G. I'll definitely gonna pronounce that. Actually, Grahaliva. My apologies, I definitely mispronounced it. Made $1,275 off of that trade. Exact same trade, right? Entry right there, exit right there, 630. Cheese Whiz also took that same trade. He was in it for only a minute and like 2 minutes pretty much. And he made $1,000. He said, lol. And yup, David also was able to make $434. What trade is that? That is the break and retest, it looks like. EZ also caught that break and retest. And ZJR looks like he took a trade off of that trend for $587. Navy also took a break and retest, made $1,200. Boom. Heatless is absolutely crushing. Heatless was actually one of the first people to ever join our Discord. So it's really cool to see, him going from somebody who knew nothing about trading to now making $500 on one account and $100 on the other, $348 on the other account. So about $1,000 for the day. OGM got in on some shorts, made $450. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to show you that because I don't want you guys to think that this strategy only works for me. Like, you guys can't learn it. There's people that are in there that are, beginners that are making a few $100s a day. There are people that have learned this strategy, 6 months ago that are now making $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day. There are people who are in the Discord that make as much money as I do. So there's people who are learning the strategy at all different levels of their journey, right? Some people are complete beginners. Some people are advanced. Some people are, just switching over from learning another strategy into learning my strategy. So they're just starting to see some results with my strategy. A lot of different people who are using the strategy, but bottom line, strategy works. The strategy works. So you can either learn it like this on YouTube, you can learn it in the Discord, you can see the exact trades that I'm sending out, so you can see what I'm looking at before they happen. However you want to do it. You can get mentored by me. If you want to do any of that stuff, click the link in the description. If you just want to keep watching the YouTube videos, all good. I'm going to keep posting them, so you'll be able to keep watching them. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.